Demure. I was like, what are you
What is
talking
going
about?
on?
I was like, Emily, are you demure? I was like,
Am I what?
am I, excuse me? Sounds like a rude word. I'm like, no. And I like once came up this morning and I was like, oh,
I get it now.
demure.
Welcome back to the group chat, guys. Daisy and I are here with Amber, who you all know,
Hello.
and Emily, who, to be fair, you guys probably know from our vlogs and stuff, and also she's got a lovely social media following. But for those who don't know, Emily is an influencer. She's also on the Blush roster with us, and yeah, she's just
Great friend of the brand.
A great friend of the brand, exactly.
And is this your podcast debut?
Yeah, I think so.
It seems really weird because I feel like I know you inside out. but
Exactly.
It's nice to have you on the sofa anyway.
Thanks, guys. It does feel, I'm at home.
Oh,
Comfy.
cute.
It's a good sofa.
And you've got a great outfit on. So let's start with outfits, actually. What are you
Okay.
wearing today, Emily?
We got some Aloha boots because I just feel
Gorge.
like, you know that TikTok sound that's like tick, click, clop. That's me in these boots. I like clip, clop through the streets.
Love that.
You'll know it. If you're watching,
Yeah,
you'll
yeah,
know.
we get it.
Even if you
Don't
guys
know.
don't
Giving
know.
dressage.
And then, no, have you seen those girls on TikTok that do dressage on
Was
horses?
that not you?
You know, I
Was
used to
that
do that.
That was so me.
I used to do that as a child. I had a horse head.
Yeah.
So
Everyone's had a horse head
Oh.
growing
It's
up.
very endearing when I see that.
Yeah,
So
and they like
embarrassing.
jump really high.
Really
It's quite
high.
impressive.
It's like Olympic standard.
I know. Well, how come
Literally.
breakdancing's in the Olympics but hopping horsing isn't?
Honestly.
I know.
That is actually really important that we brought that up, I think.
Yeah.
I think
it is.
we should break some barriers and bring that into the Olympics
I agree.
in the next few years. And then dress is Sandra Paris.
Love.
Gorgeous.
Do you think I was in Chanel?
I literally, when she walked on, I was like, you're wearing Chanel?
Yeah,
So cute.
it's kind of the woman I am. And then just silver jewellery, mainly
Gorgeous.
thrifted. That's the vibes.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Sapna, what are you wearing today?
I've gone very cash today. I feel like I've been waking up every day and just not knowing what's going to occur and with the weather. But this is my trusty denim shirt from H&M, some linen trousers from Zara, I want to say, and my Charles and Keith slide.
They have done you well so
They
far. Your
really
cosplay
have.
wear is really
Honestly,
wearing.
doing so well. How about you, Days? What are you wearing?
I have got this House of Sunny. I guess it's sort of a crochet rugby shirt.
Yeah, so cool.
And I've got my Fourth and Reckless boxer shorts. My boyfriend was like, "Are you really leaving the house in what looks like my boxers?" I was like, "Yes." And I've also got Alohas on. I've got the silver ones on.
Yeah, I love
those.
them.
They're a bit like the
Need
Wells
those,
Bonners.
Yeah.
They're so comfortable as well.
So nice.
Amber, what are you wearing today?
I am wearing Penelope Chilvers wedges, Levi's jeans 501s, which I always wear, and then Steen Goya top, which I nicked from my mum.
Love
Yeah,
that.
as usual.
Love it.
Yeah.
You two share a wardrobe quite often.
We do, yeah, we do.
You also twin, which I love.
We do. We like unintentionally twin almost every day. It's so cute.
Oh, so
yeah.
sweet.
You are like
That's like me and
besties.
you.
Yeah.
Every day we walk into the office. Actually, today we really haven't.
No,
We
we're
walked in the office
either
like, ah.
we're either inverted or
Yeah.
we're just
Yeah.
wearing the exact same outfit.
Literally that.
And we were just chatting off camera about your reels at the moment that you've been doing, Emily, of all of your spotted style at church.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, yes.
Yeah, I'm a
Such
church
fun.
girl. Well, in America, they all do these get what they're wearing to church, and what they wear is actually kind of crazy. Like they go like all out. It's like fashion week every
Wow.
Sunday, and I'm like, okay.
Well,
cool.
you
You dress up quite
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, but
as
your one, I was
well.
like, the fashion is popping in
Yeah.
church.
Yeah.
They do dress good, but then I think I go to a fashionable church. I'm in
Okay.
like Hammersmith area,
Yeah.
so I think people are like, they're at uni or they're lots of them are doing like arts
Yeah, that's cool.
Got
stuff.
you, yeah.
So they're quite cool. And I do feel like I have to step it up sometimes to church because I'm like,
Anyway, I think you should make it a regular series.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Definitely.
okay, guys.
And how regularly are you going? Because your faith is obviously really important to you.
Yeah, I go
Yeah.
every Sunday.
I love that.
So
Amazing.
lovely.
And I also go to like summer like festivals.
Yes, you went to one recently.
Yeah, and I'm going to one on Friday.
Fun.
I'm
So
really
what does
excited.
it entail? Like music and...
So they're different. So like either they're like a festival, like imagine just a normal festival,
Yeah.
but it's Christian artists
amazing.
who are literally impeccable at their art. And then so that's like there's the festival called Big Church Day Out. That's like that vibe.
I've heard of that one.
And then this, like what I'm going to this Thursday is a thing called Wildfires. And that's like music. And then they'll do like a talk where we talk
Cool.
through how to be better people, how to live for Jesus, stuff like that. And then singing. And then they do like seminars throughout the day. So like you might go to racism and faith. You might go to equality. You might go to what's it look like to be disabled in this world. It's like seminars throughout the day where you can basically be a better person.
Oh, that's so
So
nice.
nice. And have you met a lot of friends from church, or have you sort of grown up together?
I grew up in like one version. There's like different groups of churches,
Mm.
and I grew up in one group, and then when I was like 15 I was like, I want to have my own faith. I don't want to have, because my parents are Christians, I don't want to have a faith that's my parents. So I was like, I'm going to go to my own church, I'm going to do my own thing. And I kind of like fell away for a bit, like I wasn't really interested, got more into like, I'd rather like just hang out with my friends and not go to church. And then I basically just was like, I'm going to go back, because I just love it just makes me feel so good about myself.
Yeah.
So I went back, and then this is where I've met I met my boyfriend at 15 in youth group, guys. So if you're looking for a boyfriend,
Well, I mean, they
Watch the reels.
talent on the reels, I must say.
they do step in. They step up, and they're ready.
Oh, brilliant. Should we move on to the hot list and talk
Yes.
about what's trending at the moment? I feel like there's a lot to go through.
Literally, the last podcast we were talking about Brat Summer, and everyone's saying it's like transitioning from Brat Summer to Demure Fall.
Yeah.
What do we think about this?
I don't know if you guys get this, but I genuinely feel like I've been switching between Brat and Demure for so many years.
Yeah.
around
Amber,
this
I
period.
think you are the epitome of Monday to Thursday, Demure.
Yes.
Thursday to Sunday, Brat.
But like the most brat that you could get. But as
Love
soon as
that.
like fall hits, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get my life together, because obviously at school I'd be like, oh my god, okay, I'm gonna be so studious. And I'm gonna walk around campus with my
New
iced latte
highlighters.
and my scarf, my chai latte, and I'm gonna watch Gilmore Girls again, and then. Spring, I'm like, okay, Brat. Like, I'm ready for Brat.
Yeah.
I just didn't know it was called Brat.
I
at the
feel like
time.
you get to Thursday and the hinges come off.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, it's
Agreed.
Brat. It's time to
breaking
It
it
is
up.
like autumn. I saw this TikTok, and I think Charlotte also reshared it on TikTok, and I was like, this is so true. Summer is for like hot girls. It's for like you're just fit, and fall or autumn is for like stylish girls.
Yes,
It's like
I
where the
love that.
style comes out,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the layering, the putting the
layering,
things together. It's for
fashion
the fashion
weeks.
Yeah.
girls. But summer is for like, if you're hot, you just look good all the time.
Yeah.
You know what? Like you're just wearing whatever.
But that's Brat to me.
that is Brat.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
Not
itty
giving a
bitty
shit,
strap
itty bitty-
tops,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
wide
100%.
headphones.
Brat to me is just like a pair of denim shorts, you're on holiday, white tank top, that's it.
What we were saying last week, which I think is still true, and what's quite nice about all of these trends and like aesthetics, is it's less about the clothing. Like, of course, there are things that you associate with Brat Summer or Demure Fall, but I think it's more of like a state of mind and like a vibe, which I think is much less like consumeristic. If that
Yeah.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
I
Is that
love
a
it.
word? Consumeristic.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen this new? I remember seeing some of these videos about like how come pack my Stanley for a walk with me.
Oh my gosh, I hate
Oh,
those.
yes.
And then there's a lot of videos that I've been seeing come up now about like under consumption core.
Yeah.
Like
Love it,
I,
yeah.
it's my old car that I've had for years. I
Yeah.
take public transport because I don't want to drive. Like it's more like realistic things that you just don't need to be buying like 7 of the same color of tops. It's just like it's more about moving into a more sustainable way of life.
Yeah.
And it's also just when you declutter, it just makes everything so much easier.
Yeah.
I think we're also just like chronically online as well. We completely just don't even think about like all these trends and things that we're doing and whatever. And then you're like, oh my God, it's just so like.
But I mean, we
Consumerist.
obviously Brat came up I'd say less than a month ago.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been
Yeah.
around for-
It was pretty recently.
Beginning of July.
Maybe
It must have
July.
been,
And now
yeah.
Demure, do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah, it
constantly.
comes
And I'm
and
sure we'll
goes.
have about
Yeah.
7 through the winter.
100%.
I went on
100%.
holiday for one weekend, and when I left, we were just singing Brat, talking about Brat. I come back, and literally hadn't been on Instagram, and everyone's going, Demure, Demure. I was like, what are you
What is
talking
going
about?
on?
I was like, Emily, are you Demure? I was like,
Am I what?
am I, excuse me? Sounds like a rude word. I'm like, no. And like ones came up this morning, and I was like, oh, I get it now. Demure.
I mean, who knows what the next thing will be?
Who
I know.
bloody
Who
knows?
bloody
Bloody
knows?
knows.
Who knows?
But I saw the stat that 60% of Gen Zs have anxiety disorder, and that 46% of Gen Z feel stressed or anxious all or most of the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just think that's absolutely wild. I think great time to actually plug challenges because you've done a couple podcasts around mental health recently.
Yeah.
Obviously, the ADHD centered podcast has just gone a couple of...
That'll be live now.
Yeah, that'll be live
that's
now.
Yeah.
And in a couple of weeks' time, we'll have one more centered around anxiety. So, Amber, I don't know if you want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so we did an amazing podcast with the lovely Ella Glows and Dr. Anique where we discussed anxiety, stress and burnout. And I feel like that stat is really interesting because recently I've been speaking to the majority of my friends who have maybe started work and they are like, oh, I'm so anxious and stressed and I feel like I'm on the cusp of burning out so much. What can I do about this? And I feel like it's important to strip it back and say, okay, well, why are we as a generation so chronically anxious and burnt out and feel stressed a lot of the time? You got to kind of look at it. It can be explained through like a few different factors. I'd say the most predominant one is there's a lot of digital and social pressures going on right now. listen, we're the first generation to have grown up with smartphones. We are essentially guinea pigs of the digital age. So there's a lot of challenges that come with that. And a lot of those, you know, digital social pressures, social media, we're all comparison. So we're all constantly connected. So we're always comparing ourselves with each other. We always have, you know, FOMO, missing out because we'll be on Be Real or TikTok or Instagram. And then also cyberbullying and trolling, you know, people behind a keyboard who don't really, there's no actual consequences to what you're facing because you can just write a hateful comment and you won't get any, you know, reaction from it. So I feel like it's important to start understanding, like, and that's only one factor of it. We have an uncertain job market. We've just come out of a pandemic, you know, we're still feeling the effects of that. So there are a lot of reasons why we should be feeling anxious, stressed and burnt out. But I feel like what I was discussing with Ella and with Dr. Anique is the ways that we can mitigate this, because you're never going to not feel anxiety in your life. It's not something that you can just sit down and be like, okay, I'm not going to be anxious anymore. But it's understanding the triggers, and that's the first step. And then it's taking really, really small, realistic steps from there that suit you to try and mitigate these symptoms that you're feeling. Another thing is a lot of pressure on social media to succeed and build a business, and
everyone has to be a girl boss, and everyone has to be doing this and that,
and you've got to do it so young, and you've got to do it overnight, and it's like you can, like, it's just small realistic steps. Not everything needs to be done, you know, in a click of a finger. It's interesting, the other day I was reading something about Sabrina Carpenter, and she said it took 10 years for her to be an overnight success.
We were talking about this in another episode. So
it's like not everything needs
no one
to be
is an overnight success.
Exactly.
But also I think we were, particularly Sapna and I, were like the last generation to have a traditional childhood. I don't know, you probably are, we are probably all in the same bracket of sort of being outside. And, I mean, I think Game Boy may have been introduced
I had a
Nintendo. But it was we really were the last generation to have that traditional childhood. And I think then we were, like you say, thrusted into this world of social media and as the guinea pigs. And I think it's sort of the comparison of, I wish life could just be as simple as that.
And it's the hyper, like, visibility of everything. Everyone's, or at least what you think everyone's life looks like. And like all the like highlights and the moments, and like you just compare yourself to basically people's highlight reels, which is quite like a,
and it really is the highlights.
It really is. And what I love seeing now, because I do think, as you know, as I said, we are the guinea pigs. I do think as a generation we are actually learning, and I think COVID helped with that a lot, to be more realistic in what we're posting and the content that we're creating. But I do think that now there are people posting online, you know, embracing their insecurities and embracing their mental health. Ella Glowes, for example, who I interviewed, her content I have found so amazing. I followed her way before I joined Lux, but she helped me so much when it came to health anxiety, social anxiety. She just posts the most incredible content. So I think there genuinely is a movement towards good with it. 100%. It's just small steps.
Have you come across James Warnock? He's really sadly lost his dad a year ago, and sort of quit his finance 9 to 6, and sort of was so honest as a guy on social media about his grief and his journey, and it has catapulted him into this world of content creation, so much so that he's now a full-time content creator. But his content is so raw and authentic, and I think that's what has connected to so many people.
Absolutely. I think TikTok is like, I mean, you can say whatever about TikTok, there's a lot of negative sides of it, but I think it's one of those things where people can feel a lot more raw, like they can just flip up the camera and it's like you're on FaceTime and they'll speak and they'll talk about stuff. And I think because people's attention spans are so short as well, it's just such an easy way to kind of digest that content as well. But something really interesting I saw is that there's this new thing, and I can't remember the exact name. I know, Amber, you know the name, but it's like a VR therapy. VRET, virtual reality exposure therapy. And they're using it for, I mean, anxieties and things like that, but also phobias specifically. So for example, you might have social anxiety, and actually even just leaving your front doorstep to go to the shops is like a very overwhelming task for you. So in therapy, they'll put on this like VR headset simulator.
It's immersive. It's an immersive experience, but in a controlled and safe
environment. It's things like, I know a lot of people can feel anxious just ordering off a menu. So if you could then practice that.
And it also like escalates to, I mean, heights or I don't know, snakes and like all this kind of, like, you can experience it all in a way that you know that thing is not really there, so you can kind of just do it, and then in real life you'll be able to do it as well. It's really interesting. I think that's like a really cool way that technology, I suppose, it can be scary, but like also it's such a powerful good.
I honestly think it's going to be such a game changer in the world of therapy. I feel like there have been so many therapies that have, you know, that have popped up which are incredible, like EDMR therapy, but I think this is because you essentially, your therapist is watching you and kind of
Exactly.
controlling
You feel
your
safe,
results
yeah.
while you're doing it.
Yeah.
So for example, I saw one that was to do with public speaking.
Yeah.
And I find public speaking, like I remember at school when you would do like, you know, hustings and stuff like that. And, like,
Your
debates.
hands would be sweating.
Shaking, and you'd be like, oh my god, I can't do this. But you can do this now wearing the virtual reality headset. And
Practice.
it's like, yeah, exactly. And the therapist can monitor your reactions.
They need them in schools.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So the Lyst index came out a couple of weeks, maybe a month ago, which is obviously like it ranks all of the brands, all the designer brands, and this year Miu Miu was number one, which I feel like is very like I kind of thought that was
Not
gonna happen.
surprised,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised at all. They've done so many cool things, but it's interesting because I feel all of these brands, even last year it was Prada, are just really gearing towards Gen Z.
They're
like that
smashing
is
it.
the way forward.
Yeah.
And like in their show they had
Emma Corrin.
Emma Corrin.
that's
I
it, yeah.
love Emma Corrin.
yeah,
They
so-
are amazing.
They are now going out with Remy Mal.
Are they?
Yeah.
I
Apparently.
didn't
Well,
realise. That's
I love
such a
all
cute
that,
couple.
everything they do.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
The Crown. Oh,
Oh
my
my
gosh,
gosh,
what a way
yeah.
to start.
just think-
honestly.
yeah.
Yeah, they were in Miu Miu.
Yeah. But yeah, Mimi's just killing it at the moment. And I think the number one product as well was...
It was the shorts.
Was it the shorts?
I think
Is
so.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I guess
interesting.
it's more accessible to buy a little box of shorts than
Yeah.
anything else.
Like a
And
new
do you
bag.
know who creeped up in was New Balance?
Oh, was it?
They have been doing a
But
lot
they
of...
had, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a lot
Their
of
marketing
collabs, yeah.
campaigns are excellent as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Is it the new Matte Balance Miu Miu trainers that have
Yes.
been...
Yes.
Those, sorry,
Yeah.
that was
Well,
the
that's-
number one
that's-
product.
Okay,
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
got
okay.
you. Yeah.
They are
I've
so
seen
And
a
good.
lot of
Alaya,
people
the
wearing
pumps, they were
Yeah.
top in the top
Yeah.
products.
Yeah.
That
Really
makes
cool.
sense.
Have you guys seen the Beatles are doing a biopic?
Yes.
Oh,
So
But
I can't
cool.
wait.
What I didn't realise is there's 4 films for each individual band member.
Oh, no
Yes.
way.
So I'll just
That's
read
a
out who
really
they've got
smart
because
plan.
Interesting.
I feel like they have casted this very well. A lot of
I
people
agree.
are saying they
Yeah.
can't see the similarities, but I feel like in certain, like with the hair and
Yeah.
everything.
And
Yeah.
sometimes it's way more about characteristics than
Agreed.
actually how they
So
look.
Yeah,
they have got Barry Keoghan as Ringo Starr,
Yeah.
Harris Dickinson as John Lennon,
Obsessed with that
Paul
one.
Mescal as
Yeah.
Paul McCartney,
Love
Yeah.
and
that.
Charlie Rowe as George Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
think-
I really, when I saw the swipey, I could
Charlie
see it.
Rowe, I haven't seen him in a lot, so this
No.
might kickstart his career a little.
This
Yeah,
would be
I
great.
think he's a really, really good choice for George Harrison. I think they look really similar facially. Harris Dickinson, I'm just so excited for.
Oh.
I just think he is like
Yeah.
the most gorgeous
Yeah.
man. Like, oh.
But also the
heaven.
Beatles music is incredible. Like
yeah.
my parents used to
Incredible.
play it the whole
Yeah.
time when
Yeah.
I was young, and I feel like this generation, they need to. I feel like it's going to totally
Yeah.
re-inspire the
Yeah,
next
a
generation, and
resurgence.
hopefully, because they just don't make music like that
Yeah.
anymore.
No.
The fashion, it's just going to be.
Oh, I
It's gonna
can't
be
wait.
So they're coming out in
incredible.
2027.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
So
not dear God.
we've got a
That's
while
actually
to
Not
wait.
that long
Wild.
before.
4 films.
Films.
So are all films coming out at the same time?
I think so, and it's
And
from
they're
each
all
band
in it.
member's perspective.
So they're
That's
all in
interesting.
4 films.
Wow.
No. So it's one
Oh.
film for each
But-
character.
But will
Oh,
they
I
not
would've
have to
quite-
come into it? Like
yeah,
you'll
together.
have to
Yeah.
have.
You'd want to see the.
I think there'll be some sort of connection,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, surely they've got to.
They have
all
to
be
because
in
they've
them.
all been like together in a
cast,
band.
and I want to
so-
see the dynamic.
It's
Yeah,
like those
exactly.
Riverdale episodes where it was like focusing on one
God.
Oh
of
my god.
But that's a huge production if
Yeah.
they're sort
Yeah.
of reshooting the film from
Yeah,
4
that's
different
mad.
perspectives. Oh my god, Yellow Submarine, Hey
Oh.
Jude, so
Just
Hey,
bangers, and that's always been trending this summer.
don't be afraid.
What is your go-to Beatles song?
Oh, there's just so many classics. That Red album, I remember with the yellow #1 on or something. We used to
Oh,
play
yeah,
that the
yeah.
whole time. What's yours?
You're gonna have to come back to me on that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of
And
classics.
Yeah.
Here Comes the Sun.
Here comes the sun.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Golden Slumbers.
Yeah. So that film Yesterday, have you guys
Yes,
watched
yeah,
Yeah.
love,
Oh
love,
my
Oh
love
my
that
gosh.
film.
Can we
Obsessed.
hold that was
yeah,
brilliant.
but it's so different. Like
Yeah.
this is
Yeah, well, he have a biopic because technically he wrote all the songs.
We just did a feature on site about charms and charm bracelets.
Mhm.
Oh, I
and
love
things
that,
like
by the way.
Thank you. But it's been such a huge trend. Speaking of Miu Miu, they've obviously like brought that back
Yeah.
with the bag
Yeah.
charms and everything. And Gustard guy, who I absolutely love,
Yeah.
he's just the sickest influencer. He's just launched a brand called Puel, I
Mhm.
think, which is like one of his like taglines.
Yeah.
And it's all these really amazing charms, and you can build your own
Yeah.
bracelets. But it's like a yacht and like a chili, but then also like a tennis racket
really
and
cool.
Paddle
Yeah.
racket.
really
And you can do
like
a whole thing of food.
detailed,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
And you
really
can piece
detailed,
them all
interesting
together,
ones.
can't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. But it's like welded in, isn't it? So it's
Yeah.
not like a charm bracelet where they hang. It's like
Yeah.
they are welded.
Welded
Yeah.
in, and they're like interchangeable.
But
Yeah.
I think they're super expensive.
yeah, I
Yeah.
did see the ad I saw for it was like it's for the 1%. And I was like,
Yeah.
I can imagine. how
But
much
I
that
think
costs.
this whole wave of content creators creating brands
Yeah.
is sort of just the best thing that content creators can be doing. And I feel it's just an absolute no-brainer when you've got a sort of such targeted audience that are so obsessed with your content.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it's now the elevated version of merch, because that was such a big thing when we were younger.
Perfumes. Every celebrity has a perfume.
Yeah, but now I feel like that is the sort of
the way forward.
That's the way. And doing it in sort of niche drops and doing the...
And it's just a way to diversify, because I think over time, obviously, your content's always going to be there and you're always going to have like this loyal group, but it's a way to almost get a new group of people.
And you can keep changing.
Elongate your, I guess, and relevance.
His content is very niche. Like, it's he definitely has a niche. And it's obviously satirical, but like, I love some of the charm bracelets. He's like, you know, this is not a la poubelle. He's got a paddle racket on it, and it's like the charms. I love the one which is like the close friends charm. Have you seen that? It's so cute. Like Instagram close friends stories.
Yeah.
What would be like your go-to charm?
Oh my god,
that's a really good question.
That could be a roast dinner.
That's such a good
chicken.
one. You could do a whole roast
Love
dinner.
that.
Oh,
I love that.
What would yours be, Amber?
A pint.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
what would yours be? Tennis racket.
I don't know.
No, a paddle racket.
Paddle racket.
Pair of
That's quite
trainers.
cool. Pair of trainers. Yeah, really cool.
Slip back bun.
Yeah.
Slip back bun. But I feel like we've seen it before with Emma Chamberlain and her coffee. We've seen it with KSI in his prime.
Yeah.
It's the way forward.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's like, look how excited we are about
Exactly.
I know.
That's the thing. And I think that for a while, a lot of influencers were doing fashion brands, which nothing wrong with, but I think it's these ones that are almost like a bit out of pocket, like you won't expect it for that person,
Curated,
but then it also
they?
makes so much sense. Like, that's what I think is more exciting.
Definitely. Right, we need to work on ours.
Yeah, come
what
on
would
then.
your brand be?
Come on then.
Oh god, what?
Pints.
Pints.
I wouldn't reveal that.
Oh yeah, she can't because
I've actually got something in the
it might be
something in the
coming.
Wow, we've got lots of questions this week from the audience, so we thought we'd kind of blaze through them. Lots of fashion things. I think people want to just buy new things for the new season and kind of know what they're wearing. So first things first is give us 3 autumn-winter staples. And what are your
All I can think of is those girls with the skinny jeans and their scarves, you know, back
What?
in the day. In YouTube days, not actually.
Oh, I was like, you're bringing this back?
Yeah, guys.
Please no.
No, all that's coming to my mind is them. I would say thermal tights are the most important thing ever because I can keep wearing like my summer stuff.
Yeah. Like your outfit today.
Yeah, I can just wear it with thermals. And like all through winter I wear thermals under jeans and everything. But it's good to get them now because the minute it will just drop.
Yeah.
It's going to shock you. It will be like August the 26th. Put your thermal tights on.
Yeah. Feel you.
You know?
Yeah. Mine is like dark denim.
Yeah.
I quite like transitioning from my lighter denim to like dark denim.
Yeah.
Really nice.
And corduroy.
Yeah,
I hate corduroy.
Big chunky overcoat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
really
always wearing an overcoat in winter. Always. Yeah.
Lovely. How about an autumn-winter trend we're loving?
Burgundy.
Yes.
Loving
browns
oh my
and
god,
chocolate.
yeah.
Pops of burgundy.
Red,
yeah, whether it's just a really nice knit in
Mm-hmm.
a cashmere, whether it's a bag, whether it's a sock, tights.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a lot of that this next season.
And polo shirts.
Yes.
Although
Definitely.
everyone's
A
saying
lot
that
of polo shirts.
apparently Toms and like, do you remember like those thin shoes? Apparently they're coming back because we've done thin trainers.
What?
No
Like
thanks.
And
what do
I
you mean?
Like
yeah, like,
espadrilles.
and I hate them.
No,
They're so
I don't
ugly.
know who's...
I've seen
We're
it on
saying this
TikTok.
now.
I've
we're
seen
saying
it on
this now, I bet.
TikTok. And
Also-
all the comments were like, no. But then we also said the same thing about capris.
Yeah, we
So,
did.
Like,
I still
But
can't
people
get
are
behind
doing-
capris though. I'm
neither.
trying.
I do love them on people, but just not me.
Not me.
I'm
no.
too tall.
Yeah, same. Literally same.
Oh, shame. I
know,
can't
I know.
participate.
But also there's the train, like, you know, the New Balance and Miu Miu trainers?
Yeah.
There's the ones that are like almost slip-on, so they cut the back off.
Yeah.
I think that's going to
Okay.
be a thing.
Yes, I love the Solomon mules.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Absolutely love those. I think
Yeah,
they're really
do you
cool.
like them?
I reckon.
Yeah.
I am also loving like a kitten heel for winter, like a kind of a burgundy brown kitten heel.
Ooh,
really nice.
really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Sex and the City.
Yes, Sex and the City.
Okay, have you seen any new cool trainers you're loving? I do just love the Adidas SL72s.
I really want to get a pair of those New Balance, you know, the ones that look a bit like Asics and they're like quite silver and then they've got the red and or the blue.
Yes.
And
Oh, yeah.
I keep seeing, I know they've been around for a while, but I
Yeah.
feel like that's the shoe I want this autumn.
Really nice.
I quite like there's these white ones on Alohas which are really cute that have like a lace detail.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
pretty.
really sweet. Yeah, it's very like
Really
feminine, very cute.
Very
yeah.
demure.
Very demure.
Silver jewelry pieces you guys are loving right now.
I mean, you've got a lot on
Yeah.
here.
I have to tell you about this brand, Recognised Jewellery. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Well, basically, 100% of the profits from the pop-ons go towards partner charities. So, like, it might be that you've had someone suffer with cancer and you can buy the cancer pop on. This one's mental health, and they go towards charity to help people.
That's really
But
nice.
the jewellery is such good quality. Like I wear this in the sea, I wear it in the shower, like, and then I have like they have like little bangles, and it's just so nice. And it's just run by this couple who just want to help people, and I love it. It does look good.
Sorry, we're interrupting the podcast.
She got thirsty.
She got
beverage
thirsty.
break, and I'm bringing.
Oh, you brought us some. Thank
I'm bringing
you.
you all a Vit Hit. So
What are the flavours?
Emily, have you had one of these before? They're delicious.
No.
I've got Vit Hit mango pineapple.
Oh, I love pineapple.
Sapna, I've got you a pink grapefruit lime.
Gorgeous.
Amber, I've got you a mango pineapple.
Oh my god, what a treat.
Wait, we have to open it in the
Yeah.
light.
Oh, let's do some ASMR.
Let's do it. Okay, ready?
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that was good.
That
I
is
know
the
that's
sound.
good. Wait, mine's nearly...
That is the universal sound that you hear in the office at 3 p.m.
That is so
Okay.
good.
Delicious. I think we just need a bit of pepping up.
We needed a bit
Oh
of
my
that.
gosh, no, that's really good.
Isn't that
delicious.
delicious?
Okay, going back to our questions. We were actually just talking about this TikTok recipes. I am obsessed with Logan. I was just showing Emily videos of him. So for those who don't know, he basically does this thing where he grates an entire cucumber into a pot and then does all these different seasonings with it. So he has loads of different ones. And he shakes it up and then eats them. It's just the most refreshing, delicious snack. Like, so good. It's basically like an Asian cucumber salad, but he does them with loads of different flavours. So that's definitely been mine. But I also saw one yesterday that was a matcha affogato. Ooh. I love affogato like so much. That's like when after I've had dinner, I always order one.
Do you make it home?
What's
So-
affogato?
What do you mean order one?
Just vanilla and a shot of espresso. But I saw someone doing it with the Ninja Creamy, and they made like a matcha ice cream and then poured a shot of matcha on top, and
Wow.
it looked so good.
So say you had your girlfriends for dinner. I've got them all on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
How could I make it affogato at home? Just if I
It's
got
literally just vanilla ice cream.
in a mug.
Scoop
Would you put
in
it in a mug?
Or like maybe in a slightly nicer bowl or
Like a little
something.
ramekin.
And then you just do shots of espresso, and then you'll just pour it over.
Nice.
But you could do a different. You don't have to do vanilla. I had it before where it's like a caramel ice cream or like chocolate or anything. It's delicious.
Amazing.
Bit of a showstopper.
Yeah.
What are some? You were talking about TikTok recipes, or you're loving kimchi at the moment.
Yeah, I'm loving kimchi at the moment. Obsessed. Yeah. I'm having it like, every other day, finishing like a whole jar by the end of the week.
Delicious.
I don't know what is going on
Good
with
for your
me.
gut.
Is
Yeah,
it?
it is
Well,
good for
then
your
I'm
gut.
sold.
Yeah.
It's literally, it's like kefir. It's
Yeah.
really, really good for you. This pineapple kimchi is from Love Fermented. It's so, so good. I have that with like the Emily Mariko salmon bowl or even on a bagel with Kewpie mayo. So good. Like that
So
for me,
hungry.
a kimchi bagel with mayo is like good hangover
Oh
food
my
for me. I
gosh,
feel like,
really?
yeah.
That sounds
I have
delicious.
something
That's
to
very
you guys.
demure for hangover.
What?
Yeah.
I have something, but you guys are going to have to trust me on it, okay?
Oh god.
I'm looking at you in the eyes. Don't think I'm a weirdo, all right?
What's it gonna be?
Okay, it's... You might have seen it. Ice cream with olive oil and
Yes,
salt.
no, I
Sam
have
loves
this
it.
all the
Thank you.
time. It's my
Okay. I haven't
favourite.
tried it yet.
After the
I'm
affogato,
glad.
that's my next.
Yeah.
That's my next one.
Everyone
yeah.
I've said it to this week has been like, Emily, you make me feel sick.
I think you
It's
have to try it.
delicious.
Where
You
did
have
we
to
head
try
it
it.
together somewhere, didn't we?
I can't remember.
I can't
At a dinner or something, but I
Yeah.
did it the other. I went to like a pasta place that they didn't do it. They just did ice
Just
cream, and I was
asked
like,
for
"Could
it.
I just have a bit of olive oil on the side?" And they were like, "All right."
Are you
And they
sure?
watched me pour it on, and they were like, "Are you okay?" But it tastes.
I reckon they tried it after, because I can't watch someone do that and not try it.
Surely it has to
so
be
good.
good quality olive oil.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Not the brownie Melbourne
Like
stuff.
vegetable oil.
No.
no, but it's so good. I love
Yeah.
that.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
I feel
Delish.
affirmed.
Another foodie one. People have said they love our supermarket finds on TikTok. Has anyone found anything new recently?
Yes. 2 M&S ones, the chocolate covered pistachios
Yum.
and
that.
the reversey Percy's.
Yes.
But I actually don't prefer that
No.
reverse
What's
of
the
it.
reverse?
So you know how the ears are the foam and then
Yeah.
the nose is the
Yeah.
Dark pink.
jelly. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've switched it round.
So now the face is the jelly.
Yeah, I'm just intrigued to try them.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And also the Magnum Bites. Have you guys
I
had those?
love those. I
No.
love
They're
those.
great if you're hosting. Just put them out on a plate. They look good with some berries.
Delicious.
Mm.
Oh, gosh.
What about you, Sam?
That's actually made me think. I have just recently tried the iced coffee Little Moons.
They are so good.
They're so
yeah, iced
good.
coffee latte, so good. Emily?
Mine's just a regular food, but dates. I'm really into
Yes.
dates again.
Yeah, I love
Nature's. Everyone's like, oh, you need to try Nature's Sweets.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, that sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
It sounds like poo. And then I tried it, and now I literally have like a box
So
a week.
good. Aren't
Yeah.
they?
But you have to get like the proper ones. Don't
Proper,
just
no.
get-
Yeah.
Got to
Medjool,
pay
yeah.
slightly more for them.
Yeah, they are
Yeah.
£5
Yeah.
in Tesco, but
You
and
get
then
lots.
the 230 ones are like a little bit but they are, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
And the
you can put
squishy are the
them-
best.
Yeah.
Put like
And-
almond butter.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
dip them in chocolate.
A bit of sea salt on
Yeah.
top, but
Yeah.
putting them in smoothies makes it taste like a salted caramel
That's
smoothie.
what I
Oh
do.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
like almost every morning it goes in my smoothie.
And when there's a little bit, when it hasn't blended up
Yeah.
completely,
Yeah.
and they're
Little
like
chunks. Feels
bits
like
of
chocolate
toffee.
chunks. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it's so good.
I've been making all my friends try them because loads of my friends, because my vegan friend just can't have a house of chocolate at my house. So we go on her dates. And then now I'm obsessed. And everyone's like, oh, I don't want to try it.
I know.
Just try it.
I do
Just
this
try
amazing
it.
thing with them because with the nature sweet thing, like my mum always used to be like, oh my god, like dates, like they're literally nature sweet. And I'd be like, you're such an almond mum. Like,
So weird.
of course I'm not trying that. But then now, if you like split them open, put a bit of peanut butter in the middle, and then cover them in like dark chocolate, and then sprinkle like little chopped peanuts on the top, put them in the freezer. Amazing.
It's the best.
No,
That's
Logan
like
did it.
a Snickers, really.
Yeah,
like
it
a Snickers,
is.
yeah.
I actually also saw in M&S the other day, they've got this, it's either almond butter or peanut butter, but it's like maple. It's like a maple almond butter.
Oh, that sounds
I
yummy.
haven't tried it, but I'm definitely going to be getting
Delish.
that.
Well, that's made
Yeah.
me really hungry.
Yeah.
I do
same.
have one more food pick.
Yeah.
Is the new truffle Marmite.
Is that a thing?
Oh
Yes.
my gosh,
Stop
that's
I
right
swear
now.
to you.
I'm running.
I swear to you. Okay, wait. I don't know if it's in the
We need that for
UK.
lunch.
Truffle Marmite.
Should we get that for our bagels for
I
lunch?
don't know if it's in the UK, but we have like 5 jars of it at home, and then they've also got the new XO Marmite, which is like
Oh, like
Marmite
XO
but straight-
sauce.
You're looking at this like that is
I
disgusting.
hate all these things.
My boyfriend.
Marmite is literally
Marmite and truffle.
really.
Yum.
You have honestly, you just got to try it.
With
It
a bit
is
of
so
cheese.
yeah.
Anyway, I'm starving, so
I'm starving
yeah.
as well. Let's get some
Let's get some
lunch.
lunch.
Thanks guys so much for watching.
bye.